her head around, it lifted the wheel of the cart up.
Gosh. Wow.
So I had to say ho and get up there real quick and unloose her. And she stayed there for me.
And that's another reason for doing all the sensory training and doing stuff to them that's a little weird, because you just never know when something's going to happen. And that bit's going to be forced or caught, and they need to be calm enough for you to get them unhooked.
Yeah, and not just react.
I'll take care of myself and break everything I can.
Yeah.
All right. With some semblance of good coordination. Look at the turns. How can you have it? What a good boy. All right. Very careful not to loop lines around my hand.
Yeah. I keep looking down. I let them drag, and I keep looking down so I don't.
Because they wrap around my legs way too.
Yeah.
So I just figure 8 and keep a very close feel. I do wear gloves just to save the skin on my hands.
Yeah.
But it does take a little getting used to the feel with gloves on.
Oh yeah, when I try to drive, even ground drive with gloves, and Terry McFarland taught me carry dressage whip. If not that kind of a whip, just so I'm always used to having a whip.
Yeah, it takes a lot of coordination to manage all that stuff in your hands. Are these Monty's lines?
Yeah.
I love these things. They're wonderful. I like the weight on them. I have done this off of nylon leather lines, and they're too light and buttery, and they get in bad places. And I've also done this with cotton lead ropes, which weigh about 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Which isn't so good when you're putting that on the bit.
Yeah, because it's too much bouncing around on there.
Well, it's a lot of weight on their mouth.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the weight on these. I feel like they should feel there's something there, but it shouldn't be heavy.
Yeah, they should accept some pressure or feel on their mouth.
Without having to be pulled.
Yeah, without having it, having to hold it up.
Do weigh something.
Yeah.
Good boy. Okay, now that I've figured out what I want, what a good boy. Next time I'll be more coordinated and we can handle that better.
But it's good for him to learn to wait.
Exactly. Make up for my mistakes here. Right,
I had a filly that... I've had horses before that won't stand still.
Gary Tyndall, who's going to be the clinician at the Rendezvous.
And when is that?
March.
I'll be there.
Yeah. That's the most important thing you teach a horse. Stand still. Figure out the rest of your problems later. If they won't stop and stand every time, anytime, anywhere, you got some work to do.
He sounds very intelligent and smart.
Well, yeah, he did the LA police unit for years. And, you're not working with horsemen per se when you start out with these guys.
Yeah.
They're interested, and some of them may have ridden. But you got to give these horses incredible manners, and then thinking too, what's a police horse's job going to entail?
Yeah.
Riot control. They got to stand their ground when you got screaming idiots coming at you with marbles.
Yeah.
What a good boy!
Good boy, Zeus. Good boy.
Nope. Good boy. Boy. This is really good for him to be the one in front.
Yes.
And take the direction. Good boy. And I do like having the stirrups here too. Because again, it lets them sort of see that they moved.
Yes. But we got a whole different temperament here.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah.
And
he's kind like his mom, but he's doesn't have some of her baggage. And that's all right. Got a different disposition. What's his sire like?
I liked him. He's
you said he did a lot of driving?
He got his highest grading in driving. Sport predicate, so he's more driving than dressage.
Okay.
And I have heard from some people, Frisian Quest. That lady said that shard mares, which Goethe is a shard mare, are horrible. She didn't know that I had one.
Well,
but her
sometimes that
husband,
gets interesting to listen to. doesn't it?
yes,
Good boy.
her husband had one that won every driving thing in Ifshaw there was, but they had to tranquilize her to shoe her.
Oh, gee.
And that just makes me wonder. But anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Can we try? Or explode. You have your choice. That's very lovely. Boy, good boy. I know.
he contained it though right away.
Yeah, and that's, you know, he's got the brain screwed in pretty well here, which is nice to see. It's almost like we woke him out of a nice lulled exercise. He thought everything was fine, and all of a sudden, boom. Oh, we're back to lunging. Okay. What a handsome guy. You're good.
Well, I'm very reluctant to send him anywhere
I don't blame you.
because I know what I have,
Yeah.
and I really don't know what layers and how they were put on the mare. But I know what I've got.
Well, it's that anytime you send a horse somewhere, I would never feel comfortable handing it over to someone who thinks that when that horse arrives, it's theirs.
Yeah,
You never forget that horse belongs to the person writing the checks.
and that's why I thought, you know what, I'm not going to send him where I sent her to get Brooke to drive. You and I and whoever else, we can get it done.
I think so.
He's gentle enough.
He is a gentle, intelligent horse, and he doesn't have any complications. He just needs experience and he needs confidence, and that comes from giving him confidence and experiences that will build
That are
on
beneficial in building.
Exactly. Huh. And then you get the trust, and you don't get the trust if you aren't the one doing it. With
Yes.
him.
And yeah, and that's why I just don't want to send him out.
All right, let's try walking. Oh,
Good
there.
boy.
No, we're not done. Walk on. Walk on. Good boy. I'm really glad he's not deaf. Deaf is hard to work with. I like to be able to cluck. I did work with deaf once, and deaf was interesting.
I did too. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
It's a challenge. You learn to kind of exaggerate your body language a little
I
bit.
think that's why I took to the Clint Anderson pointing and all that stuff so much. It's because I had that deaf mare for so long. And I had to go up and catch her eye and
Yeah.
talk
You need
to her that
make
way.
Sure that you're zoned in. Let's trot again, shall we?
And trot.
Good boy.
Good
Watch the
boy.
gears work that time. Very nice. And again, I'm trying to stay behind his shoulder.
Oh yeah. So he's leading.
Yeah. Yeah. He's getting some direction here. But... All right. Boy. Keep trying. That's it.
Good boy.
You're holding your breath right now because you kind of think, what else is this? You're
Good
gonna make me do
boy.
other stuff?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna do a
good
circle, and
boy.
you're doing it really well. Good boy.
Good boy.
Be careful that I'm not always giving a direction with the fence.
Yeah.
Asking to do other things, other places. Good. Oh, there you go.
There you go. What a good boy.
You can go to the corner. Plus, they're really long arms.
Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
There's an art to that.
Yeah. Because you have to.
really pay attention to how quickly you drag in this new inside line so that you don't end up getting wheeled around behind them by the outside line getting too tight.
Yes, and then have them doing the whirling dervish.
Yeah, the gift wrapping thing is not a good thing. I'm on the receiving end of that many times. Boy.
I had a Morgan mare that was an expert at it.
Oh yeah.
She
Clamp
used
that tail and spin.
Yep.
And then they stand there and look at you like, well,
Now what are you going to
rescue
do?
me. How am I gonna do? You put me here. Good boy. I would do a lot of this.
Okay.
Do ground driving kind of from a bit of a distance.
And figure eights and circles. Yeah. I had one paint mare, the deaf one. And Terry had me doing figure eights so that I could get the bend and get my reins and everything sorted.
Well, yeah, you gotta be coordinated when you do it. That's a lot
And
of the driver.